Mike and Chris here for what is now the MCX on YouTube. So it's Mike and Chris now.
A few blogs, just Mike and Chris going on.
Yeah, so Chris, what are we doing today? Well, tonight?
We're going to talk a little bit of football, a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of maybe some stat predictions, maybe a few top fives, and our top 50 fantasy board, who we think is coming off the board in the top 50.
So this is like based on a standard 10-team draft.
Standard scoring.
So if I say that I believe that Luck will be drafted in the third round, it means that 30 picks have already been made.
Facts.
Or 20. Yeah, 30 picks have already been made. Or 20. Yeah.
So if he was to go top of the third, he'd be the 30th overall pick.
There you go. Yeah. All right, so
If you want to get into it.
I would love to get into it. Chris, let's go and, I mean, the way this, like, fantasy obviously is huge this year. We're going to try to do, like, some one-week leagues as well. Like, just try to...
DraftKings,
just
FanDuel.
let you guys know who we think is going to break out some weeks. We may do that every now and again. We'll see how we do.
It all depends on injuries, matchups, teams,
Yep.
things of that nature there.
So, assuming everyone is healthy, Chris, do you have a running back or a wide receiver? Who do you think will do better this year?
Are we hopping in our top 50 right here?
You can if you want to. But like, let's just say for a general conversation, which position will do better this year? Do you think will get people more points? Who should people invest in, wide receiver or running backs this year?
I believe everybody's been doing that no running back theory for a while now.
Wow.
And I don't think it's been working. Because standard, I think you need 4 or 5 good running backs on your roster that are starters anyways, and maybe you get a backup like Alvin Kamara that assumes a lot of carries, and all you got is the 5 or 6 New England backs that you know they're all going to touch the damn ball.
Yep, Sonny Michel.
Rex Burkhead back there as well with James White. So we'll see, but I think running back's going to be the high bid this year.
And I agree because it seems like almost. I want to compare. I know you don't like the NFL NBA comparisons, but I want to compare the NFL's. Like we talk about the linebacker and the defensive end, how they've evolved to a stretch, almost defensive end. The running back is now like, if you're a dual threat running back like Le'Veon Bell or David Johnson, way more value in fantasy.
You're probably the best player on the team if you're able to receive and run the ball. You got a lot of targets on your back.
Like Saquon, that's what people are investing in Saquon this year. We're going to tell you how we think about Saquon.
That's why people are like Alvin Kamara, David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell, Kareem Hunt. They're all reliable because they score in the run game and the receiving game, and they're just a running back. Usually don't see receivers score in a run game.
Yeah, so I was comparing like the evolution of a running back compared to like the evolution of like a power forward in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's not like a face-up forward. Well, he wasn't a face-up forward in that game, but it wasn't like a face-up forward while he was back and dude down, post up like a Dirk. It's more of like everybody's like a Dirk kind of guy now.
Right.
It's crazy.
Shooters, stretch the floor.
But speaking with the NFL, Chris, you're number one. If you were to choose one guy this year, this could be a bold pick. This could just be all reliable. You mentioned in the last kind of preview we did that like you've mentioned the top 3 guys that go every single year. Who is your guy that you're banking on this year? He's a Steelers fan. He's biased a little bit. I'm a Colts fan. That means nothing because we have only one guy up there, which is T.Y. So who is your guy, number one, that you believe people should snatch up, especially if they have a number 1 pick?
And I don't think it's biased because year in, year out, he's at the top of the list of receivers. He's at the top, I've seen a lot of guys say it's like having an extra quarterback starting on your roster because it'll give you maybe 15, 20 points a game, and that's just like having a quarterback. So it's Antonio Brown. He's gone first maybe the last 4 years in a row now, and I think he should go again first this year. You're getting a receiver that's durable, and he's going to play all 16 games, and he's going to put up, he's got the record for the most 5 catches in 50-yard games in NFL history with 35 in a row now. Next in line with that is Lavernius Coles at like 15. So Antonio Brown should be your first pick, and he's the best.
Would you believe me if I told you I have AB at number 4?
I could see it because of the way the running back position has evolved.
Yep, definitely. But my number 1 guy, and this is a bold. You know how I like the bold picks, Chris.
Yep.
I like the bold picks. I'm going with Zeke
Okay.
as a number 1 guy. Now, granted, I'm going to tell you why I believe Zeke folks, because I believe we're already 5 minutes in. We're going to do like a 3-part thing on basically probably.
Okay, but let's just say this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say me and you are drafting a team right now. So it's going to be my team versus yours right now, what we're doing.
All right.
I think this is a good little thing for the fans to see. So I get AB off the board. Mike gets Zeke.
Okay.
And then this will arguably just be mine and Mike's 2-man team.
We should have like our own little fantasy thing. Just do that
Right, but we're showing y'all,
what it's like
the top players to get
at the time.
for 2 guys. So we're giving you an option.
Okay,
So I took AB, Mike takes Zeke.
and again, the reason I think Zeke came in strong last year, after his suspension, I think Zeke had a lot to prove. He was actually one of the best running backs in the league from that time forward,
Right.
from like week 10 or 11, whenever the crap he came back. By that time, the Cowboys season was already ruined. But with you believing, we had an argument on a podcast one time that Dak is actually going to be a guy who may not be as good as people think he is. I believe Zeke's going to have to carry a load. And I believe with the defense running down, I think Zeke's going to have to carry a load. And especially with no wide receivers there. I mean, well, not many. I'm going Zeke.
They got a lot of receivers, but they don't have a definite number one. Like we saw that guy from Colorado State, Michael Gallup. They're supposed to be bringing him in as like a really good guy. And they have also said that Tavon Austin's going to be something called a web back. They're going to try to give him 15 touches a game, run game, and passing game.
Okay.
So, but I still think Zeke's going to have the heavy workload. They're going to need him. He's their best player. He's arguably one of the best players in the NFL. Give him the ball.
And if you need a thing why I'm going to have Saquon so like lower than most is because Zeke actually has an offensive line, so you automatically know your Cowboys running back is going to do well, and if he can receive, that.
So I get AB, Mike gets Zeke. With my second pick, I'm going to take David Johnson. I think he's coming off an injury now. Just 2 seasons ago, he almost came in with 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing. He came 4 or 5 yards off, got hurt that last game. Had a few injuries that banged him up. So my second pick is going to be the guy that can receive it and run it, as we've been mentioning. Zeke can do it, Bell can do it, Hunt can do it. Another back that's going to be in a good offense with Rosen. Maybe Sam Bradford's going to start. DJ Chark's over there, and Larry Fitzgerald.
And I want to tell people this about David Johnson. He is my number 5 guy. The reason I have him actually lower, not only, I mean, forget the injury. Let's just say he comes back strong. There's a little thing called the Sam Bradford curse to me, where Sam Bradford, they're going to, like, the NFL just likes Sam Bradford. I don't know why. I know that you respect him, but the NFL likes Sam Bradford, so I think that may take away from his fantasy points a little bit more than it would other running backs. But he's still going to be a beast, though. So I could see that. But he's got number 5. Still, it's debatable in the top 5s.
So
But AB's.
3 players off the board. Who's your second pick, Mike?
I'm going T.Y.
T.Y. Hilton. Second pick, that's 4th overall. That's high.
And I'm banking on Andrew Luck because T.Y. Hilton was still a top 5 wide receiver last year, right?
Without him.
With Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, guys. I'm a Colts fan. I watched T.Y. Hilton, even with the tight ends like Jack Doyle and guys like that, like getting their spots, like getting their plays, and Frank Gore playing well, they still had T.Y. Hilton without Andrew Luck playing well. I think T.Y. is going to be a sleeper this year because, nobody talks about him. It's like AB in his first couple of years. He's the best wide receiver. Everybody likes Julio, and you told everybody he wrote the book. You guys are reading it now. Okay, next up.
My pick?
Yes.
So now with my 3rd overall pick, 5th overall in the draft, right here I got it going down as it's a big discussion. I'm going to take Le'Veon Bell, and here's why.
Okay.
You had a few options up. You had Julio up there. You had Beckham up there. You had even Jordan Howard. You had Todd Gurley. No Jordan Howard because of the competition with Tariq Cohen. There was a little bit of drama there too. Nobody really proven a receiver yet, and there's still probably going to be a lot of pressure on Trubisky, so I'm not going to put the pressure on Jordan Howard, even though he led the league in rushing this first year. So I'm going to take Le'Veon Bell on a proven offense. So I'm going to start out with the Steelers running back and the Steelers receiver.
Okay. See, Le'Veon Bell, that's actually why I took a little bit away from AB, because I believe that Bell is still a great running back, although they both still get theirs. I believe the emergence of Juju is going to help out the Le'Veon Bell decline. I mean, I'm not saying his numbers are going to decline. They're going to decline overall, but his averages are still going to be there. But to me, I believe that Juju is going to hurt his fantasy stock a little bit. I think he could be the number 1 pick sometimes. But we'll see. I think some weeks Le'Veon is going to be a great steal number 5. So my next pick is actually going to be a guy who needs to clean up his act because the team kept him. They only have a rookie running back in Saquon Barkley. They have a passer in Eli Manning who they're still banking on as to get them there. Their defense is going to do good. Is going to do good enough. The offensive line is still trash, which means Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be back in the slot. I'm taking Odell Beckham Jr. to have another decent season. I think Odell is up. Odell is actually my first wide receiver listed. No, it's behind Ty. Obviously I'm a Colts guy, but still, I think Odell Beckham is going to be a big target this year because especially if Saquon is taking a longer time to develop than people think he will, which I believe so. I think Odell's going to be a nice little pick. Who you got? So my top 6 are gone as well. My top 6 are gone. So we've done our first 6 picks. Mine are gone, so I got to start looking down my board.
With my 4th overall pick, I'm going DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Had the good season last year with Deshaun Watson until he went down, and still
Definitely.
had good stats. And he's been doing it ever since with Matt Schaub, Tom Savage, T.J. Yates. So I think he's really earned his way in the first round this year. I think he's going to be a first-round talent. He's going to go maybe 3rd or 4th overall this year. Right here, he's going, 6th, 7th?
Yeah, 7.
But he'll be my 4th pick.
Okay. I want to mention this as well about DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going in on Deshaun Watson this year. I'm going in big time. I think Watson is like my 2nd or 3rd best quarterback behind Stafford and Russell Wilson. So I got Watson's fantasy numbers to be up there. Last year, like you said, he showed great. DeAndre Hopkins to me is number 21 actually.
Whew.
And I know, and I agree that he's going to go in the top 5 or top 10, definitely. Guaranteed top 10. I just believe that, I don't know, you're going to see my other picks, and I'll try to explain that a little bit more, but
Okay, who's your 4th
Yeah.
pick, Mike?
my next pick, I'm going a guy who had, let's see, I don't even have a running back, do I?
You got Zeke.
Okay, I got Zeke. I'm going to take a quarterback. I'm going to go Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Because Russell Wilson remember, this is a guy who had a bad offensive line last year. Didn't know what his offensive line was going to be the next week.
So, but here you think Russell Wilson should be the first quarterback taken off the board?
I do.
Okay,
That's my
okay.
big picture here.
Okay. Just to let them know,
Yeah.
Mike is saying Russell Wilson, first QB should take him off the board. He led Seattle in rushing last year. They had no
Crazy.
running back.
Crazy.
They got Rashad Penny this year.
Yeah, but he's still a rookie, so they're going to break him in slowly, which means the first few weeks, start Russell Wilson.
Don't say just because he's a rookie. Past 2 seasons, leading rusher
Yeah,
in the
you-
NFL, rookies. Jordan
He
Howard,
told
Kareem
me about Penny, didn't you? On Snapchat, you told me about Penny.
Long time ago, I told you about it.
Yes, you did. You were saying it before anybody else. I didn't even hear the name until you said something. Next up, guy. Go ahead.
My 5th pick is going to be Jordan Howard, Bears running back. I think this is a good spot for him. Obviously, he's going to go in the first round. If he doesn't, he's going to fall in the 2nd round. It'll probably be that 11th pick, maybe 12th pick. Whoever's got the back-to-back picks is going to get 2 really good players getting the 10 and the 11th. At the back ends of the round, I think he's going to be a good back. Reed Cohen came in, got a little bit of snaps. Very good value for a back right there. He's going to go early.
And I think Howard, like you said, I think Trubisky, they're going to try to break him in some more. But I believe that Howard is going
He's
to
going to
be.
tote the load.
Yeah, he's going. And now, granted, a caution on him is that maybe teams will know, but then that'll open up the door for Trubisky, who still has talent. So he's still going to get his. I'm going to go.
Your 5th overall pick.
Yes. 5th pick. How many wide receivers I got? I got 1, right?
You got 2, Hilton and Beckham.
Okay. I'm going to choose. And again, we're going to have a heavy draft right now. Just wide receivers and running backs right now.
And that's the thing. You need depth at receiver and running backs. You got the flex position. And you
Flex
guys
two
get
sometimes,
hurt,
right?
and you start 2 receivers, you start 2 running backs, and you're probably going to start another one because of the flex, unless you start a tight end there. That's only if you got Jordan Reed and Gronkowski on the same team. But you need running backs and receivers. I usually stack up 9.
I'm going to go Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley, good pick.
And I was debating between Gurley and Keenan Allen. But I believe if you want to just bank on that depth at running back, because let's just say he goes against a really average, not to say bad, just an average run defense. Todd Gurley, that dual threat running back, is going to kill. He has had problems with injuries in the past. It doesn't seem to affect him last year. Caution on that pick because I'm not so sure Gurley can stay healthy for the remainder for a while this year. I think Gurley did great last year, but he's going to get banged up this. He might get banged up this year, but still Gurley, really good pick though, that high.
My 6th pick is going to be a quarterback, and I think it should be the first quarterback off the board. I was looking at his roster the other day, and they got 5 guys in their receiver core, and all 4 of their tight ends are above 6'4". That means there's going to be a lot of red zone targets in there. He's never had that presence. And you obviously got Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. First quarterback off the board, Aaron Rodgers. He can move his feet. He can pass the ball. He's got all these red zone targets. They're going to find a little bit of run game this year. They found a little bit at the end of last year. Healthy season for Aaron Rodgers, MVP.
That's crazy. You just choose MVP?
Yeah.
Okay. He's picking out. Hey, Lord have mercy. Well, again, the touchdowns in the red zone are going to help. And those numbers are going to be inflated like crazy. So if you said that, so, ooh.
Going to help a lot of fantasy.
Maybe I wasn't thinking him. My next pick is going to be. You know what? I'm going on. I'm gonna pick up my second quarterback before you do. I'm going Watson. Ooh. And the reason I'm going Watson is because I like to have like I like to have 2 good quarterbacks if I can. Like granted, 10 teams is way different than what we're doing now, so keep that in mind. But if me personally, I gotta have the wide receivers and the running backs early. But that quarterback, I gotta have a second one that can at least I can bank on 1 week.
Okay. My 7th is going to be, I think at this position in the draft, well, it's not ever going to happen this way unless me and Mike just do a 2-man draft, but it's going to be Julio Jones. I think this late, you're going to get him. He's going to go in the first round, of course. I think he's going to have a little drop-off because of Calvin Ridley, but I still think since Matt Ryan's the first quarterback to reach, the youngest one to reach 40,000 passing yards, you're still going to have Julio Jones get 1,000 yards and at least 5 touchdowns. Let's hope his touchdown numbers increase this year.
What was he at last year for touchdowns?
3. 1. One.
I remember that.
1 in the red zone.
I remember that. I remember seeing that, and I was like, God Almighty! And we're talking.
red zone.
Antonio Brown is so much smaller, but somehow, some way, Julio Jones is better. Give me a break. Topic for another video, but really, I'm not picking Julio. Julio's not going to be on my team. I'm putting it that way right now. If I'm you guys, I'm not taking Julio because that touchdown number scares me. For like what, a 6'4" guy?
Yeah.
6'4", whatever the crap he is. You should be ashamed. I mean, that should like hurt. That should like haunt you as a fantasy player. Like God, and if he gets injured, it's even worse. Again, we're not counting on injuries, but oh man, rough stuff. With my next pick, I'm going another wide receiver. I'm taking Keenan Allen, Chargers. I like Keenan a lot. Came onto the scene finally healthy last year. If he can stay healthy, guys, he's going to be a sleeper. It's almost like a T.Y. Hilton thing because they're not going to really bank on Andrew Luck having a good year. But Keenan Allen with an over-reliable Phillip Rivers. Rough. Go ahead.
My 8th overall pick comes as a surprise to a lot of people. I think he's going to go in the 3rd or 4th round. A lot of people are going to fall on him, but I need you to get him early. If you get him good, that's good. Somebody to steal. Nobody's going to see it coming, I promise you, if you go in there and scoop up Derrick Henry.
Ooh!
Without DeMarco Murray now, he's going to have a big workload. Marcus Mariota, obviously not the best passer in the world. They're going to rely on him, and I think he's going to have a huge workload.
Yep,
Derrick Henry early. You're going to get him late, but I took him on here early.
Pay you guys, okay, I have like 35 players right here. I don't have Derrick Henry on my board at all.
I didn't think you did. That's why
Maybe I'm sure he would be in my top 50, but
and
that's
on my big board, he's 6th overall. So he's 6 out of the top 50. That's where I got him. That's where my expectations are for him this year.
See, I'm going top 40. So that's bold. See, I had Zeke, you're going, but Henry's, that's crazy.
Zeke's not bold.
Well, at number 1.
He's been in the top 4 in the past
True.
2-3 years now.
I'm going, I want to expound on Henry because Delaney Walker's the only other guy I can think of on the whole team that can, get you in the draft at all.
It's not the only other Titan. I got my top 50. Just wait.
Uh-oh. And I'm guessing it's not Mariota.
Nope.
Figured. Okay, real quick, do you think Mariota has a good season before we go to part 2?
3,500 yards.
Okay.
20 touchdowns.
Interceptions, do you think he's going to...
14, 13.
Yeah, see, don't bank on Mariota. To find out more bold takes, we're going up next. We're going to do a quick recap, and then part 2 is going to be crazy.